Picture this. Two people fall in love. They are happy. They laugh together. They build a life together. And then slowly, quietly, without either of them fully realizing it, money starts getting between them. Not dramatically. Not all at once. It starts with small arguments. Who spent what? Why the credit card bill is so high this month? Why one person saved and the other didn't? Small tensions that seem harmless at first, until one day they are not small anymore. Here is a number that should stop you cold. According to research, financial disagreements are the #1 predictor of divorce. Not infidelity. Not communication problems. Not growing apart. Money. More couples end their relationships over financial conflict than almost anything else combined. And the painful part? Most of them never saw it coming. Because money problems in relationships almost never look like money problems at first. They look like trust issues. They look like control issues. They look like respect issues. The money is just where it shows up. So today we are going to talk about why money destroys so many relationships, what is actually happening underneath the surface, and most importantly, what couples who get this right actually do differently. The first reason money destroys relationships. Different money personalities. Here is something nobody tells you before you commit to someone. Every person on the planet has a deeply ingrained relationship with money. Built from childhood. Built from how their parents handled finances. Built from their first experiences of having it or not having it. Some people are natural savers. Money feels like security. Spending feels like anxiety. The bigger the savings account, the safer they feel. Some people are natural spenders. Money is for living. Experiences, comfort, enjoyment. That is what money is for. Saving feels like deprivation. Now put those two people in the same apartment. Same bank account. Same bills. Same financial decisions to make together. The saver sees the spender as irresponsible and reckless. The spender sees the saver as controlling and joyless. Neither of them is wrong. They just have completely different emotional frameworks around money that were built long before they met each other. And here is the critical mistake most couples make. They assume they will just figure it out as they go. They never actually sit down and talk about their money beliefs, their money histories, their money fears. So the conflict keeps happening and neither person understands why. The second reason. Money becomes a power struggle. In many relationships, money quietly becomes the language of control. Whoever earns more feels entitled to make more decisions. Whoever earns less feels guilty spending, even on necessities. This dynamic is toxic, and it does not always come from bad intentions. Sometimes it is completely unconscious, but the result is the same. One person feels financially controlled, the other feels financially burdened, and resentment builds on both sides. Healthy couples treat money as a shared resource regardless of who earns it. The income belongs to the relationship, not to the individual. Decisions get made together. Neither person needs permission to spend reasonable amounts. Neither person uses money as leverage. This sounds obvious, but the number of relationships quietly poisoned by financial power dynamics is staggering. The third reason. Financial secrets and hidden spending. This one is particularly damaging because it combines money problems with trust problems. It is not just about the dollars. It is about honesty. Financial infidelity, hiding purchases, secret accounts, undisclosed debt, secret credit cards, is more common than most people realize. Research suggests nearly half of people in relationships have hidden a financial transaction from their partner at some point. Almost 50%. That is huge. And it almost always starts small. A purchase that feels too embarrassing to mention. A debt that feels too shameful to admit. A spending habit that you know your partner would judge. You tell yourself it is easier not to tell. But financial secrets compound. One hidden purchase becomes a pattern. A pattern becomes a habit. A habit becomes a secret life. You start managing two financial stories. One you show and one you hide. And when it finally comes out, and it almost always does, the damage is not just financial. The money can be repaid. But the damage is to the entire foundation of trust in the relationship. Your partner starts wondering what else you are hiding. The fourth reason. No shared financial vision. Here is something most couples never do. Sit down together and actually define what they are building toward. What does financial success look like for both of them in 10 years? What are the shared goals? House, travel, kids, early retirement, building a business. Without a shared vision, every financial decision becomes a potential conflict because you are not working toward the same thing. You are just managing money in the same space, which is completely different. Couples who handle money well are almost always couples who have sat down, had the uncomfortable conversations, and built a shared picture of their future. Every financial decision then gets measured against that shared picture. It is not about control. It is about direction. So what do couples who get this right actually do? First, they talk about money before it becomes a problem. Early in the relationship, openly, without judgment, they share their money histories, their fears, their goals. They find out where each other is starting from emotionally, not just financially. Second, they create a system that honors both people. Whether it is joint accounts, separate accounts, or some hybrid, they create a system that feels fair to both people, and they revisit it regularly. Money systems are not set once and forget. Third, they schedule money dates. Regular, non-judgmental times to talk about finances. Not when you are stressed, not when you are fighting, but calm, planned conversations. How are we doing against our goals? What is coming up? What is working? What needs adjusting? Fourth, they learn each other's money languages. What does spending mean to your partner? Security? Freedom? Love? What does saving mean? Safety? Control? Future? When you understand the meaning behind the money behavior, you can respond to the need, not just the behavior. Fifth, they separate the financial decision from the emotional charge. When a money conflict comes up, they ask, is this actually about money? Or is this about something deeper? Because it is almost never just about the money. And solving the money problem without addressing the real problem underneath it never actually works. Here is the truth most people need to hear. Money problems in relationships are almost never really about money. They are about communication, trust, power, fear, and values. Money is just where those things show up most visibly. The couples who build lives together successfully are not couples who never disagree about money. They are couples who learn how to talk about it, honestly, regularly, without it turning into a war. Because at the end of the day, two people who can build financial trust can build almost anything together. And two people who can't, no matter how much they love each other, will always have something quietly pulling them apart. If this video helped you see money and relationships differently, hit subscribe and drop a comment below.